Welcome back. An historic ruling by the U.S. Supreme Court Monday upheld one of the most controversial parts of Arizona's immigration law, and it has major implications for the Peach State as well. Joining me now to talk about this issue is our legal expert, attorney Jay Davis. Jay, as always, thanks so much for coming on. We appreciate it.
Here.
Now, this is Arizona's immigration law, but it has implications for Georgia. Tell me how that works.
Well, a lot of states across the United States are putting into effect something to control immigration. Immigration by Constitution is a jurisdiction of Congress. Congress has put in the administration in order to enact these laws as the enforcer of these laws. And when they're not doing it, the states have to act. So the states have started acting, but they're not really authorized to do so.
Now, the ruling Monday kind of gave states a little bit more power, I believe. What if I'm an undocumented immigrant and I'm stopped for, say, a traffic violation or some other offense? What happens to me after that?
Well, it depends on which state you're in, and that's part of the problem, is that people should expect the same treatment no matter which state they're in. Arizona law had several parts that weren't appropriate, and that is trying to enforce through state crimes immigration acts. And they're not allowed to do that, and the Supreme Court, I believe, correctly struck those parts down.
Now, the law says police, if they have a reasonable cause for questioning your immigration status,
that's the part that's true
they can arrest you.
Both
right?
Arizona, the part that was upheld in Arizona, and the part that's probably the predominant part in Georgia that people are now concerned about, although it's still upheld in Arizona and probably so in Georgia, at least for the moment. It's the implication that's going to be a problem. They have the right, if a police officer has the right, if they detain someone for some other reason, they don't have to stop them and say, hey, you look like you're Hispanic, you look like you're from Africa, you look like you got some nationality that's not the United States, and we won't stop. They don't have the right to do it for those reasons. But if they stop someone for other issues, for a traffic violation, for a crime, and they are about to arrest someone, they can hold them to verify their immigration status. That was upheld in Arizona, and that's a part of the Georgia law that's also going to be the case.
And like we said earlier, that was one of the most controversial parts of the law, was people were worried about racial profiling and things like that. But now that it's been upheld, Jan Brewer, she actually went on record saying that racial profiling won't be an issue. It won't be tolerated.
They'll have to make sure that it's not enforced in a manner that's racial profiling, and that's going to be a hard one to do. If someone stops and says, hey, there was a white guy who just grabbed my purse, and the police officers walk down the street and they're looking for a white guy, is that racial profiling? Mm-hmm. How much is it going to be? Here you've got somebody who's going to look for somebody who are definitely nationals that are not of the United States. So by nature, it's going to create some appearance of racial profiling. The question is going to be what's going to be the tolerance from that with the Supreme Court.
Okay. Now, we spoke with attorney Kelly Burke. He's an immigration attorney in the area. And he says even though the Show Me Your Papers policy did pass, ultimately it's the federal government that has the last word on this.
That's right. That's what's been upheld. It is, like I said earlier, it's given the power is given to Congress. Now, Congress could amend that power rather than allowing only the administration to enforce that as a federal law. They could clearly state that they allow the states to do so. Congress has the authority to dictate how the laws will be enforced.
Okay.
As of now, it's the administration.
Well, it's a big issue and certainly a big week for the Supreme Court, that's for sure.
Very
Jay,
much so.
as always, thanks so much for being here. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Andrew.
And if you have a legal question you want answered, you can shoot us an email to itsthelaw@41nbc.com.